hoping that we can shine a light on what's good in all of us. I mean, it's not about a TV program. It's about a movement. It's about the opportunity to see ourselves and others, and maybe encourage us to do more good. And the Doing Good movement is hopefully something that'll challenge people, encourage people, inspire people to just think about some of their decisions, some of their activities, and some of the things that they're a part of. And for all the violent nature of things that we've experienced over the last several years, I just think we need this. Doing good is the right thing to do. Doing good is worth it. The doing good is valuable. The doing good is necessary. Sit down and talk with them in the boardrooms, in the lounges, in the sidewalks. I want to get footage of people all over the place doing good things for strangers, for neighbors, for friends, for organizations, for causes, initiatives. And if we can just do one small portion of the good that's in the world, highlighted in this show and all of our platforms, I think it can make a difference. Go-go music is a sound that has defined Washington, D.C. for many decades. And this voice, Michelle Blackwell, has graced the stage with all kinds of groups for over 15 years. But I bet you didn't know that she also dances to another beat established by her heritage, starting with many others, but her grandmother especially, and her great work she did with Howard University. And the beat leads Michelle to lead youth and young adults through peer mediation and legislation. Join me at the Howard Theater as we talk to this go-go icon about the good that she's doing here in D.C. Well, I'm excited to be doing good, chilling in Howard Theater, or the Hyatt Theater. Yeah, you grew up in D.C., you know what it is.
Absolutely.
My sister Michelle Blackwell has been gracing the stages for over a decade with various bands, most recently the What Band here, right? Subtle Thoughts and a few other groups that you sung with. And but here today we're talking about some other doing good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you were doing good when I was grooving to y'all over the years, but this show is about the doing good that you're doing right now that's impacting hundreds of lives and has the potential to impact millions of lives. And I kind of wanted you to share a little bit about some of those efforts today.
Okay, well, I founded an organization called RCAPS, and it stands for Our Community Alliance for Peaceful Streets. And I formed this organization out of a need that I felt from my point of view. I think that artists, especially in this area, all areas of course, but in this area, need to contribute and give back to the communities that have taken care of us, you know. And children develop habits early on, and the earlier you can catch them and train them, and you can turn those good habits over to them, more likely they're going to be able to keep them. So, and also the Youth Voting Rights Initiative, which I spoke about earlier. Yeah, you know, I think it's going to really, really be a historic thing. You know, not only because this is the nation's capital and people look to Washington, D.C., you know, in good and bad times when it comes to direction and government, but just because of just what I spoke about. You know, D.C.'s youth feel kind of cast to the side, you know, for many reasons. And of course, voting rights is not an issue that's new to DC because we obviously don't have a vote in Congress. So I think it'll be a really, really great thing and something for children to channel their energy into, and you know, when they're feeling so frustrated and powerless, to say, look, here's an opportunity for you to be able to go to the voting booth and decide and help to decide.
So you're talking about voting younger than 18, right? 16,
absolutely.
17
We want to compel the DC Council to lower the voting age to 16.
And you actually met with some council members recently.
Absolutely.
That I think is a good idea. I just want to thank you for gracing our show. Thank you for the service
to
our young people in our city. And I'm going to ask you a question. Is there still music in your present and future that we can hear about?
Absolutely. I'm actually working on another project of my own. And in the meantime, I still perform with What Band.
Oh, that's what?
Yes, we still perform. Right. What?
Because I would like for you, before you go, to talk a little bit about your grandmother.
Oh, okay.
Because she really got the seed
Oh
plant.
yes, and it's actually great that we're here at the Howard Theater discussing it. My grandmother, her name is Dr. Elise Galati. She's actually one of the matriarchs over at Howard University Hospital. She started the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Administration at Howard. She was the director there for almost 25 years.
Name of the organization is.
Well, she also started the DC Rap Incorporated.
DC Rap, yeah, that's what I was
She's the founder of DC Rap Incorporated here in DC when it came to the crack era and all this stuff that came with it. And and my grandmother instilled a sense of obligation in me and responsibility to my community, because that's what she's always been. My grandmother, has always been, even though my grandmother's a doctor, she's always been like grounded in the community.
I just want to thank you so much for the good that you're doing currently and more to come. And I really appreciate you taking the time out with us today. I think that this was something that DC should be and will be excited about.
Yes.
And voting rights for youth is a powerful
I'm
piece,
really looking forward to
along
it.
with the conflict resolution. And I thank you for your service and keep on doing good, Michelle.
Thank you so much.
What?
My name is Michelle Blackwell, and I'm doing good in my city for my community, Washington, D.C.
Today on the Doing Good movement, we introduce a new segment that features clips or pictures of random acts of good. I hope you're encouraged when you watch these clips as you see a woman who displays incredible spirit while she's going through adversity. As you see a public safety officer just having fun and finding a creative way to diffuse a tense situation. And lastly, you see someone sharing an economic blessing that transformed the life of an entrepreneur, I believe, forever. I hope this blesses you.
I've been through trials and tribulations, unexpected situations, living here below. I had friends that turned their backs on me and leave me standing in the cold. I've been hurt in the church as I attempt to do God's work by people who call themselves saints. Many times I felt like giving up, but the Spirit said me, you can't.
In D.C., there was a group of teenagers that started fighting, and police found a creative way to do community policing, a dance-off. Yep, you see how that is? That officer, you see, was trying to break up a group of kids fighting. Instead, this woman here, Taylor, started playing Nene, and they had a dance-off. And the deal was whoever won the dance-off would have to leave. So the officer would have to leave, or the other group would have to leave.
Wow, watch him bop.
We don't, look at that officer. She's got moves,
She really
too.
does.
They're $1 each or $11 for the dozen. So you can like 12 for every 12. You get one of the 12 for free. And they're all like different things. It would. Okay, if you want 15 roses, it would be $14.
So you get 140 for a whole bunch, right?
Sorry.
You get 140 for everything.
140.
$140 for everything.
You sick?
Yeah, but you gotta do me a favor. You gotta give them out food, right?
I can hear you.
You have to give them out. You just give them out today. Now you spend the day nice. You just give them to everybody. Don't sell any of them. Give them all away. Right? Because don't be like that. Don't be like that. It's a happy day. Come on. Look, now you just give them out. But promise me you'll give them out. Promise?
Promise.
Now give me your pound. I'll bring it in.
The name of the shop is Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Fantastic.
For anybody who wants a rose, you can come and get one.
Training Grounds, Inc. is a 501c3 nonprofit established over 10 years ago. Our mission is to assist youth and adults with personal, career, and leadership development through training and support services.
I'm walking to jobs. I'm getting on the bus for jobs. It's like I'm hungry. I don't want to stop.
I'm working. I'm a full-time mom. I'm happy, and I think I'm a success.
For more information, visit www.traininggroundsdmv.org. This interview is special to me for so many reasons. When you go all over the streets of Washington, D.C. and cities just like it, you can see men that identify with a certain culture, maybe in some people's assumption, a certain lifestyle. But when you come in contact with the brothers who make up G-Fellas, you look into their eyes and more importantly, their hearts. You see humans who figured out that doing good is the key element to a successful, peaceful, and holistic life. Welcome to Doing Good. I'm here with my brothers, Mustafa, Captain Soulstar. What's up, brothers? How you doing, man? And my brother Lee, aka Bad News. How y'all doing, man?
All right.
Welcome to the show. So excited to hear more about your work. As two young brothers in DC come together to do good. This is exactly why this show exists, to highlight things that normally you don't see, images of us out there doing some good things. So I'm real excited about you all coming to join us, man. What you think of the studio, man?
Oh yeah, we loving it, man. Everything look good.
Well, listen, man, I'm very interested in hearing, how you all got started in this wonderful work and basically why are you doing this?
We pretty much got started from when we started to Feed the People is because we actually been homeless before. So that's what it stemmed from. So we just basically, we couldn't really figure out how we wanted to go about it, like with the different shelters and all at the DC. So we just decided just to go to different shelters every Friday.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just just to start off like that and because we basically do it for the youth and for the elders. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we started that.
So Mustafa, tell me what it was like when y'all the very first time y'all planned it and tried it. What was that like?
I remember we drove up in the car, loaded up my car, went to the spot, and the people, I think they had lunch, dinner time around later on that evening, but they wanted something right now. And we was there just to be able to give them, give them some food right then and then, just to see the smiles on their faces, the appreciation. That's what hit us,
Last week, we sent our Doing Good in the Streets correspondent, Eric Washington, out with the G-Fellas to talk about doing good in the community.
How long have the G-Fellas been in existence?
G-Fellas been in existence 15 years. I started it with one of my partners. He was doing he was doing the clothes side of it, and I was doing the music side of it. So we decided to merge them, you know what I'm saying? And with my other partner, you know what I'm saying, my brother, we just put it all together, and we've been getting it in ever since.
So how do you think the G-Fellas are doing good in the community?
People, you know what I'm saying, they don't see something good, or we're always a stereotype or something. And just seeing different brothers, helping out from the heart, that's what it really does to the community. It changes the mindset that society has.
G-Fellas is better. It's the best. And what I mean by that is, like, they go out here, make their own hard-earned cash, and help the people get back.
You did something that was really good and special. You saw the interview, you saw the G-Fellas out here, and you took it upon yourself to feed us. All of you are doing good.
Thank you.
You inspire others to do good. And I just want to show everyone out here that it just takes one person to do good. It's like contagious.
This segment is brought to you by Monument Enterprises, your complete facilities service provider with many maintenance solutions and one point of contact. offering property management, operations and maintenance, janitorial services, and much more.
Here's some of the guests we had so far on our Thursday at 2 p.m. video blogcast. You can see this live at www.thedoinggoodbusiness.com or tune in anytime. And we have a lot of fun, a lot of great people come by. Take a look.
For at least the last 15 years now, through and with the assistance of Union Temple, I'm a part of an organization called the Village Keepers. Mm-hmm. And as a member of the Village Keepers, we feed the homeless on Saturdays.
Wow. Every Saturday?
We don't do it every Saturday anymore. We used to. We are looking forward to doing it every Saturday again. I actually have a vision of us having a food truck.
Wow.
And that food truck would not sell food, but it would give away food.
My name is Dr. Basifi. The vision that led me here, or the things that took place in my life, was I am a returning citizen. And for those
returning citizen is
an ex-felon, a person that have served time. I've served 15 years and 6 months of a 30-year sentence for some activities that I was involved in as a youth. Growing up in Washington, D.C., there was a lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
I wound up with a 30-year sentence in the state of Virginia. And during the time, there was somebody, I call him an angel. There was a person that came to me because I was an angry young man at that time. Yeah. And the person came to me and said, "Son, don't worry." He said, you can work yourself, involve yourself in positive things. And that was one of the few pieces of advice that I got, because you don't get a whole lot when you have to travel down that road.
Sleep. And then the streets started to whisper to me, "Lamont, come back. You ain't gotta live like that. The streets ain't changed. You still know this game. See, the streets keep calling me by my first name." And if you want to hear the rest of that, you want to go to iTunes.
Yeah, it's all good, baby. I love it, man. Listen.
Green is good.
Okay, green is good. Yeah, that's where I come from. Green is always good. But you're talking about a bigger green, a more important green than money, right?
Well, yes, and also money. Yeah. So the green economy is alive and strong in Prince George's County and the Mid-Atlantic region. And we are doing workforce development, green workforce development, so raising awareness about clean water, clean energy, the local food movement, and the jobs that are associated with all of it.
Love Maryland, love Virginia, love D.C. I don't have a problem with...
Notice I'm going to eat my wings while you're talking. That way you can't ask for
them.
We'll
break them down. But have no problem with people that call it the DMV. I do have a problem with Washingtonians that call it the DMV.
So today I sit down in a library partially named after William O. Lockridge with his wife Wanda as she leads another year's event where they support high schoolers that are going off to college through a scholarship event. And a board member, Sheila Bunn, who comes from a great family in Ward 8 herself. And these are some people that have dedicated their lives to doing good, to continue the legacy of this great leader. So join us as I speak to these tremendous soldiers for education, activism, and advancement of their neighbors and the youth. You're involved in a lot of great things here and around the community. You and your family have been contributing to this community.
First of all, thank you for having me today, and thank you for showcasing this wonderful community foundation and this wonderful community event. So I am the co-chair of the events committee for the William O. Lockridge Community Foundation's Dancing with the Scholars. Wow. It's an awesome event where we raise scholarship funds to send our children from Ballou, Woodson, and Anacostia High Schools to college. The chairwoman and awesome founder of the foundation will tell you a little bit more about that later, but I am humbled and blessed to be a part of such a great organization, founded to honor the legacy of William O. Lockridge. I had the pleasure of knowing him for almost half of my life. He and my dad were great friends, and they were great community partners. And I've had two great examples of what a man should be and how he should act. And one of those men, in addition to my dad, James Bunn, was William O. Lockridge. And he showed us in the community each and every day what it means to be a husband, a father, and a fighter for our children, as a black man, as a man of God who walked to make sure that our children had a better day.
Mr. Lockridge and your dad, Mr. Bunn, when I think about what they mean to me as a black man growing up in this community, along with some other leaders that we hear about all the time, like Marion Barry and others, they're iconic.
Yes.
They set a bar. They help me to understand not just how to take care of your household, but how to take care of your community.
Absolutely.
That's what I gleaned, and those are the things I remember. Just so many movements and initiatives that they were right out front, not afraid, very serious. They were very knowledgeable, you know. And I can remember particularly one incident where Mr. Lockridge himself had to educate me when this whole KIPP charter school thing was going on. I was on the board and teaching, and the way I was going about it was from a very youthful, passionate. And he schooled me on the smarter steps. And then, lo and behold, we were able to get through and navigate the differences and get those together. And KIPP has been around and doing quite well. But I just remember some lessons I learned. But I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on the Doing Good Movement show. This is all about promoting these kind of efforts. Just anything good that we find out about, we want to do our best to highlight. And outside of your life and the legacy of your family, to be involved with this great foundation is something that I'm so happy to see, that integration of energies that's come together. And I thank you for being here, my sister. And definitely, I'm so glad I wore my orange today.
I'm glad you wore your
yes,
orange
indeed.
too.
So we'll have you come back and even talk more about that as well, and all your other efforts.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I am so inspired by the Doing Good movement. So please keep showcasing the great things, because our kids need to see this. They need to see themselves, and they need to understand that there's greater good in our communities.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you, my sister.
Love you.
Love you too. Hey, listen, we're still here at the William O. Lockridge Library here in Ward 8. I'm so excited to have my sister, Wanda Lockridge, here, who has founded this great movement and the event you heard Sheila Bunn talking about. But more importantly, this is my sister. This is a leader. This is a pioneer, a fighter. You know, there's a lot of focus on the great work of her husband. But this sister has been leading a lot of movements, specifically around community activism, politics, education. So these are the kind of things that I think about when I think of you, outside of the great work you and your husband did together, but singly, you're still fighting a good fight. So welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me, Tom. And first, congratulations on doing good. This is an exciting program that you're doing. I'm excited to be here today.
Well, listen, I'm so honored that you think it not robbery to be a part of this platform, this movement. And this is really about people just like you. It's just like your foundation, that are finding ways to contribute to our society. No matter what the environment or the media puts out there, you're still grinding it out, doing good.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about what it's been like over the last few years you've been building this great mission.
Yeah, well, I have to first say that I had no idea that this was going to be a foundation. Like you, this was God sent. 4.5 years ago, 2011, my late husband, William Lockridge, had a massive stroke. And one of the things that I said we wanted to do was to just give a scholarship to students. So I asked people, instead of giving flowers, give a contribution so we can get one scholarship to one student at Baloo Senior High School. That year we gave 4 $1,000 scholarships.
Wow, yeah, that's awesome.
Then it came about, well, can I get tax deductible on this? And so that's where the foundation came. One, actually to help continue to build William legacy. The other piece was to do educational. You know, William served on the State Board of Education for some 16 years and in 4 iterations. Elected board, the hybrid, State Board of Education. So he was a part
Yes.
of that, and we wanted to just continue to do that work. If it was just a little bit, we wanted to continue that.
You just taking me down memory lane as you're talking, and I'm reconnected with some of the great things that I can recall. And I just think about how bold he was. He spoke truth to power.
Truth to power.
I love when I would see him in any public forum, and it didn't matter if the issue was something he was there to represent, whoever the opposer was had something on their hands. And guess what, Wanda? You do the same thing. You may do it in your own little quiet way, but you're a mover and a shaker. And this community is blessed to have you continuing in this great work and this legacy. And I look forward to continue to find ways to be a part of what you're doing. And I just want to thank you first and foremost for allowing us to share your husband, continue to allow this community to share in his legacy, and being the champion and leader that you are every single day.
Thank you very much.
And I'm so glad you're part of the Doing Good movement, and I appreciate you having us here to share. You know, man,
So we
Stan
have
Jackson.
Stan Jackson's right there.
man.
So we're really, really blessed to have so
awesome.
many people supporting us, our family and friends, and just I love it.
Well, listen, shout out to my Woodson Warriors. Once a warrior, always a warrior. But I love you, Anacostia and Baloo, the same, and all others involved. My sister Wanda Lockridge, I love you, sis. I appreciate all you're about and everything that you're doing for us and our people. And I'm thanking you for being part of the Doing Good movement.
This segment is brought to you by Monument Enterprises, your complete facilities service provider with many maintenance solutions and one point of contact, offering property management, operations and maintenance, janitorial services, and much more.
Listen, guys, we had a great show today. Thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate you doing good with Tom Brown.
Keep what you got until you get what you need, y'all. You got to give a lot just to get what you need sometimes, y'all.